Breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. Somewhat surprising news if you're a San Francisco 49er fan. Raheem Mostert's season is officially over. This after it was announced that he would miss up to 8 weeks with chipped cartilage in his knee. But he posted on Twitter today a statement saying that he would be undergoing season-ending knee surgery after consulting with his doctors. This is that statement. Faithful, after consulting with multiple doctors and weighing my options, I'll be having season-ending knee surgery to repair my knee. This gives me, without a doubt in my mind, the best possibility at coming back 110%. I have always come back stronger, and I will this time too. I have faith in myself, my doctors, my support team, my team, and God. I'm gutted. This sucks. This is obviously not what I worked so hard for. I wish more than anything I could be out there on the field with my brothers. Thank you for your support in our decision. I'm far from done. Raheem Mostert posting that on Twitter as we bring in our NFL insider, Jonathan Jones. JJ, we were thinking maybe just 8 weeks. Are you surprised that Raheem Mostert and his agent decided to just get this thing done and get ready for free agency after this season?
Yeah, and Chris, you hit the nail right there on the head. He's at the end of a 3-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers, and a bit of a journeyman before he landed there with the Niners, really made his home there. And the decision is, okay, you have the chip and the cartilage issue. Do you deal with it for 7-8 weeks, try to come back, obviously go on that temporary injured reserve, and then maybe you're not finishing out the season the way that you want to, and you can't give it your all to the team, or from a personal standpoint, you don't look great out there on the field, and you're going to be hitting free agency next spring, and you want to be fully healthy, number one, but also not have bad tape out there. That is a personal decision, of course, that Raheem Mostert and his representation would have had to weigh in all of this. But no doubt it was a serious enough injury where he was going to miss half the regular season no matter what. So the decision to go ahead and take care of this now, as you just read from his statement, to be 110% ready for the upcoming season, no question about it, whether it is with the San Francisco 49ers or someone else. He doesn't want to put bad tape out there. He doesn't want to be playing the game not at full strength and not up to his standards. So making that decision now to go ahead and end his season.
They have gone out and reportedly signed Kerryon Johnson to their practice squad, but Elijah Mitchell, who came in the game, went over 100 yards in that win against the Detroit Lions. We're seeing a lot of these running back injuries, and it seems like teams are finding ways with their inexperienced backs to make it work. What are you hearing around the league as far as all these injuries at this position go?
Well, as it relates to the San Francisco 49ers, we should consider the opponent, the Detroit Lions, when discussing Elijah Mitchell, who had a fantastic run, that 38-yard rush that he had to get over 100 yards in the game, and also a bit of a surprise. Remember, going back to the start of that game, 90 minutes before the game, when the inactives list came out, and Trey Sermon, the rookie out of Ohio State, who was having a pretty decent camp, was inactive. Kyle Shanahan made him a healthy scratch, going with Elijah Mitchell after he said in the post-game press conference, listen, Elijah was just ahead of Trey Sermon throughout this training camp. We watched them very closely, and then JaMycal Hasty being the number 3. So you mentioned Kerryon Johnson being signed to that practice squad. He's going to remain there on the practice squad, and then it's just going to be a matter, Chris, over the next couple of weeks. Can Trey Sermon overtake JaMycal Hasty? Can he overtake Elijah Mitchell? Or will Elijah kind of have a stranglehold, if you will, on that RB1 position? So I don't really see any other changes coming here for the San Francisco 49ers.
49ers, one of the teams threatening to win that division this season, a division that went 4-0 in the first week of the regular season. Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals all win. Niners co-favorites to win the division at 2-1, but also contenders in the NFC. How much could the running back position hinder them, because they do so much with that ground game?
Yeah, it's going to hurt from a speed perspective. Raheem Mostert, year in, year out, has been one of the fastest ball carriers from the running back position in the entire NFL. He's also been banged up for a number of those years as well, and so that's going to hurt them, losing that speed out there, that sort of speed option. Running backs to a point are fungible, but you have to be able, you can't have a position catastrophe. I think we saw that last night with the Baltimore Ravens, that eventually it's going to catch up to you. The backup to the backup to the backup is going to miss a pass protection or something like that. The good news for the 49ers is they've had these guys in camp. They know the offense. They're going to be able to go out there and execute the offense. The bad news for the 49ers is their schedule that they have coming up and the defensive fronts that they're going to be facing. The Philadelphia Eagles, we know that they have a stout front four. They have the Green Bay Packers after that, then the Seahawks, and then the Cardinals. And we just saw what the Cardinals did both in the pass and the run game against the Tennessee Titans before finally, and maybe even mercifully, the 49ers get to a bye. So it's going and was always going to be a tough division. You're going to have to establish a ground game. I do think that they have enough there in the running back room with those three guys, Elijah Mitchell, JaMychal Hasty, and of course Trey Sermon, who again was impressing in training camp. Just Elijah Mitchell, if he overtook Trey Sermon when I was out there at 49ers camp and was actually better than Trey Sermon, then that's a revelation. And I think we saw some of that yesterday. So I'm very, very far from pushing the panic button here for the San Francisco 49ers, especially in light of and relative to what just happened with the Baltimore Ravens. Running back injuries are going to happen. They have happened now with the 49ers, but they have a good room, and I would feel confident with them moving forward, even though they have a very tough schedule ahead.
Raheem Mostert elects to undergo surgery. He is out for the season, and he'll be an unrestricted free agent at season's end. Jonathan Jones with us here on CBS Sports HQ. All the latest from the NFL, your daily fix with Will Brinson on the Pick Six podcast. Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.